Alrighty, looking at free response G. So it's a proof. So we're going to have to go through our steps. What's step one with the proof? When you're proving a trigonometric proof. Anybody remember? Yeah. Change everything to sine and cosine, right? So let's go ahead and do that here. So cotangent is what? That's cosine over sine, okay? And then cosine, oh, that just stays as cosine squared, right? Cosine squared minus sine, okay? And this is all over what? All over sine, right? And our goal is to prove that it's equal to cosine of x minus 1 here. So initially here, it looks rather confusing, right? How do we prove this here? So when I change everything to sine and cosine, does anything cancel out? Let's check. Does anything cancel? The sine, someone said. Can I cancel these here? No, right? This is all over 1 here, right? So what we can do is we can, what happens if we multiply it out? Should we try multiplying? What do we get? We get what? Cosine cubed over sine minus sine over 1 all over sine. Is that true? You follow me? Why is it cubed? Why? What's squared times a 1 is a cube, right? Right. Now, I still don't see anything. Any ideas? What do we do?
What if we get rid of the fraction?
How do we do that? Just erase it? Of this one here? Okay, let's do that. I like that idea. Ariel says this is sine over 1, right? Then how do we get rid of a fraction? What's the reciprocal? So what we do, so these are gone, and then now I do what? Distribute. And what does this give me? This is cosine cubed x over sine squared x minus what? What does this here give me? What does this give me? Morning. Morning. That's 1, right? And now, what can we do? What do we do now? Anybody? What do we do? No one knows? Yeah. It's fine. So what do we do? Right. So, when you get to this stage, like, you need to think about what you need to do. So what can we do? What is it asking me to do with these two things? Subtract, right? So how do I subtract fractions? Right. It's 1 over 1, right? What's the LCD? Sine over sine. So what we get is cosine cubed over sine squared minus sine squared times 1 is sine squared over what? Sine squared. True? Questions here? This was a 1, right? And I made it 1 over 1, right? Because I had cosine cubed x over sine squared x minus 1, right? And 1 is over 1, right? Multiply top and bottom by sine squared. I get this. And now, what can I write them as? Cosine cubed minus what? Over what? Sine squared. True? And is this what I want? No, it's not. At this stage, I would call something into question. What should we call into question here? How can I do this? Is this possible? Well, is this an identity we know? What is that? No, it's not. Number 1, it's plus. Number 2, cosine must be squared. Right? So, how would we get it? Who knows what's the problem here? No one? This is unsolvable, unprovable. Why? How do I know that?